Hello, happy Friday. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Actors Daily Bread, episode 131. And today I'm talking about how to train casting directors and make yourself easy to cast. So make sure you stick around. Oh man, it's been a very, very good week. So I want to welcome you. This is Actors Daily Bread. If this is your first time watching, I want to say welcome. What's up? Actors Daily Bread is a show where I teach you how to crush your auditions, book more work, and live a life that you love. I am Christine Horn, professional working actress of 20 plus years, and I'm a life and career coach for actors just like you. I'm also the founder of the Booking Magnet Academy, which is the #1 virtual training ground for actors who want to learn how to book television roles on a consistent basis over and over and over again. So if you are jumping on, come on, say hi. I know it's like the middle of Friday afternoon, but I have an event tonight. I'm excited for the show Atlanta, which makes me just miss Atlanta so much. So I'm just going to get into today's content because I know I'm on live at a weird time and not a lot of you are here. So I'm just going to talk and not wait for a bunch of comments. If you want to say hi, you certainly can. I will see it. But all week, I've been talking to what I call my group 2 actors. If you've been joining me earlier this week, we talked about creating a guest star series regular mentality. Then we talked about transitioning from Broadway to television, embracing your power on set. We had a whole hour-long video on demo reels. And we talked about collaborating with your representation. Hey, Roxanne. Yes, you got me live. What's up? And so today I want to talk about how to train casting directors and make yourself easy to cast. And, you know, certainly when I say train casting directors, I don't mean that in any kind of derogatory way at all. I really just mean understanding who you are so that you make yourself easy to cast. And so I like to say, I'm going to just put this here in the comments, casting made easy. So that's kind of what I talk about today, casting made easy. If you work with me, you already hear me talk about this all the time, but I want to just give you a quick tip today on how you can make casting made easy. And so, you know, a question I get a lot, not just from new actors, but even from some of us who've been in it for a minute. So I know there was a time in my career, maybe it was at 2015, 2016, when I was booking a lot and I booked a lot with a certain hairstyle. I booked a certain kind of role over and over again. And then I went through this like quiet pocket. And I had to just reevaluate and be like, what's going on? How come I'm not booking? Haven't booked in the past 3 months or whatever, or the things I'm booking have changed. And I think a big part of that, a tip I want to give you is to narrow down what it is that you go out for. Not that what you take for, but how you're presenting yourself. And that's what I mean by casting made easy, if that makes any sense. So a lot of times, I'll give you an example. Back in the day, I would try to be every man. I had 50 million headshots because I thought that I needed to have a headshot for the nurse, for the doctor, for the lawyer, for the janitor, for the teacher, for the president. Like I had all these headshots and I was trying to like be every woman and to show that I can do anything. And I think all that really did was show how not in tune I was to who I was as an actor and what I brought to the table. And so it's so funny now, I ditched all those pictures. That's been quite some years, many years ago. But I just want to say that in case that's you and you have all these pictures in your arsenal. And so here's the exercise that you can do. If you're like, what's my type? Or how do casting directors really see me? So I'm talking to my group 2 actors, I'm sure you already have agents, you already have representation, you have auditions. I want you to look through your email. I want you to look through your Gmail, your Hotmail, whatever it is you have. Look at all the emails that have come through your Actors Access, that have come through your Gmail from your agents, and see. I want you to do curate a separate document on the side. It could be like a Google Drive or something, and copy and paste the roles that you were submitted for. So I usually have my actors do this for the past year. That may feel like a lot, but a year gives you a really good look, a really good scope of how you're being seen, right? Be sure to, guys, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know I'm not alone. I know it's the middle of I know I'm on early, but even if you're watching the replay, what's up, replay watchers? If you're watching the replay, I want to hear from you too. But what you're going to do is you're going to look through all those auditions, whether you booked it or not. That's not the question. But you're going to look through those auditions and see what the common denominator is. So if you start to see, oh, the 80% of the roles say I'm, late 30s to early 40s, or she's warm, endearing. Okay, most of the roles I'm saying give off this warm vibe. Maybe you see a bunch of roles that are commanding. Maybe it's split in two. Hey, Trafina, thank you for watching. Maybe you'll see that, oh, I get all these really, these military roles, or I'm always getting these mom or these funny neighbor next door. For some people, they'll start to see, oh, wow, I'm always getting the fat best friend role, or the nerdy guy who can't ever, get a girl role. Again, this has nothing to do with who you think you are, but this is how casting is already telling you that they see you. Oh, hold on. It's so dry out here in California. Gotta hydrate. Hi, Graham. Thanks for joining. I'm amazing. Thanks. Good to see your face in the place. Hey, Cherie. Kathleen, what's up? I see you. Happy Friday. So do that. Okay. Are we clear? You're going to look through a year of your auditions that have come in. You're going to look through a year of them. You're going to you may not want to do the copy and paste, but I need you to at least have a tracking. I say copy and paste the breakdown of the character into another document, so that maybe you may have a document that's 4 or 5 pages long. Then use a highlighter and see what the common words are. I promise you, this is going to be eye-opening. You're going to see the common thread in the description of these characters. And most certainly, the ones that you have booked or got called back for, you're going to see, wow, every time I do this role, I get called back or I book it. Or, wow, this one office always sends me this kind of role. And I'm telling you to do that. That's step 1. Okay? That's step 1. Does that make sense? Somebody let me know in the comments if that makes sense. While I put this in here. Check your breakdowns. Okay? So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is after you've checked the breakdowns and you start to see the common denominator. After you start, hey Nadine, thank you for watching. After you see the common denominator, your second step is this. So number 2 is narrow it down to 2. You're going to narrow it down to 2. Okay? So you've taken your year, you copied and pasted, you got a stack of your breakdowns, you got your highlighter. Okay. It said commanding. Oh, it said, oh, sweet neighbor next door, okay, mysterious. You're going to start seeing, and sure, I can hear some of you now, especially for the replay watchers. I can hear people say, but Christine, I did what you said. And I got like, 6 different types of things that I go out for. We're going to narrow it down to the 2 most popular. Okay. So yes, certainly. Like if you guys saw me on Good Girls, that was like, ooh, long hair, sexy, blah, 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 trifling lady in church. But that's not usually what I go out for, though that was fun to play. I usually go out for, either doctor, therapist, psychologist, or FBI agent, detective, that kind of Army drill sergeant. Like that's that. So I want you to do the same thing for you. You're going to narrow it down to 2. So let's just say Nadine was like, okay, Christine, I did that. And I see I have 6 kind of things that I go out for, but the 2 top are, badass, badass killer. And then maybe the second one is, Middle Eastern woman, because Nadine, I know you got that ambiguous thing going on. Maybe, let's see who else is here in the thread. I don't know everybody here well, but maybe, who's here? So maybe Ernest, he'll see, oh, I get like, you know, uncles. I get a bunch of uncles. Because Ernest, I think you just look like somebody's uncle. You get somebody's uncle, you know, and then, so see what the top two are, right? And then from there, just as an experiment, Nadine says she'll take killer. Just as an experiment, when you narrow it down to your two, I want to challenge you to market that for 3 months straight. What do you mean, Christine? Here's what. So for instance, again, let's just say Tarnisha. Tarnisha's in the house. Hey, Tarnisha. Let's say Tarnisha, she sees after she narrows it down that she always goes out for upscale women. I'm just going to say upscale women. So there's an elegance about her, maybe something a little aloof, I don't know. And maybe the other one is she goes out for young soccer mom. We want to find some more adjectives that express what's the common thing. And again, we don't have to make this hard, y'all. This is easy because the breakdowns that you've just gathered are giving you those adjectives. They're giving you those adjectives. Let's see here. Oh, I thought I could share my screen. I'm not on that. I'm on the wrong thing. I can't do it. So look at the breakdown. So your breakdowns may say something like, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Let's see. I got a little folder here with scripts. Let's see. Okay. So here's the script that I gave one of my clients to take. I got to look at that. Samantha, if you're watching, I'm going to get to that. So for this character, remember that show Drop Dead Diva? And this is a character named Annie. And her description is Annie Maslin, mid-30s, sympathetic and sweet. Recently lost her husband, blah, blah, blah. I think what I want to say to you guys, the first sentence of a breakdown describing a character usually gives you the adjectives for that character. So it says sympathetic, mid-30s. They give you the age range, always. And then they say sympathetic and sweet. And then they go into what else is happening in the scene. You're going to see that when you look at your breakdowns. You're going to see that. So that's what I want you to do. So if Tarnisha, let's see who else is in the thread. If Roxanne sees that, most of the roles I read for say sympathetic and sweet, or sympathetic and warm, or caring and sympathetic, mature and sympathetic. She's going to start saying, maybe sympathetic is a word, is an adjective, is a description that some people are getting from me. So I know for Christine, actually, and for real, I get warm, I get endearing, that kind of thing. But then I get authoritative. And those speak to the two types of roles that I book most often. Doesn't mean I can't do anything else. Doesn't mean you can't do anything else. So I want you to figure out, this is like, I love putting our detective hats on. So you're going to see what's this, narrow it down to two, and then get then you're going to get the adjectives of that. Once you have that, that is how you can focus on. So let's say for this play example, Tarnisha has sympathetic and sweet, and mysterious villain. So maybe we can find a way to mesh those two worlds, or have two pictures. Do you have two headshots? That one that speaks to sympathetic and sweet, and then another one that speaks to mysterious villain or vixen is what I really want to say. I know, Tarnisha, actually, you have that kind of mysterious vixen thing going on. That would be the two ways I would challenge you to promote yourself for 90 days straight. I often talk to my Booking Magnet Academy members about, I'm going to type it. Again, I said this earlier, casting made easy. Using that hashtag, casting made easy. And when you just start showing up as sympathetic and sweet and mysterious vixen or sexy vixen, like, we get to see two worlds. And so when these breakdowns come in, since you already did your research and see that, oh, bulk of my roles are this, let's sit in that some more. And you promoting yourself that way lets people know, oh, she knows who she is, or he knows who he is. When you go to Actors Access to submit yourself, you're not going to submit for everything under the sun, because you are aware that looking by your past breakdowns that have come in from casting offices, that's not how people really see you, or that may not be your best work or the best way that you show up. Does that make sense? Can I get some amens? Yes, that makes sense. Something in the comments. Do you have any questions? We have our three-part step. We have our three-part step, a three-step process. Does that make sense? Let me hear from you guys. How are you on this? I get questions all the time about type and who am I and blah, blah, blah. And this is a process I walk my clients through. Let's see if there's a lag in comments. Tarnisha says, amen. Okay, you get it. And Tarnisha, you've heard me beat you over the head with this over and over. So yeah, I know you get it. Nadine says, amen. Awesome. So that's the steps. To recap, step 1, go back a year, look through your emails and your Actors Access audition invites, copy and paste those breakdowns into one document, not the whole thing, right? Ooh, Nadine said innocent, fearful, that's, yes. Trafina says definitely makes sense. Awesome. So to recap, step 1, we copy and paste breakdowns, just a description that describes the character, copy all of those for a year. Yes, it may take you a little bit, but what else you got to do besides work on your career? I know that's a trick question, but you can give yourself an hour to do this. This doesn't have to take a long time, especially if you have Gmail. Like, just who are your auditions from? Like, put your agent email and then boom. Or go to Actors Access, boom, and just do that. Let it take, show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. Because this is where the answers are. People often ask, Christine, can you tell me what's my type? Okay, well, I promise you, like Nadine, we're about to do this work soon. Like, all I'm going to do to start, I'm going to do other things, but one of the main things I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say, let me see your breakdowns for the past year. I'm going to, I'll make an assessment of myself, but I mean, what better assessment than the actual feedback you get from casting directors? Grab all those breakdowns, find the commonalities, narrow it down to 2, find those adjectives, and then we're gonna focus on that. Nadine says, I love the idea of focus on what grabs casting agents' attention. Absolutely. We have to get past being so selfish. Like, I want to play this. Like, okay, that's great. You can produce your own work. You can create your own short film like Trafina's doing. You can do that. But when you want to play in TV, and I look at it like a game, when you want to play in this game, you got to play in this game. And it starts with self-awareness. It starts with self-awareness. And then you become, I used this example last week, but you become the go-to for blank. People call Christine, she will not disappoint me. I can call Christine straight to producers, straight to callback, because she's not going to disappoint because she knows how to deliver X. I'm branded. I'm not typecast, but I am branded in what I know I do well and what they know I do well as well. So I hope you enjoyed that tip today. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to the spa tomorrow, y'all. It's been a week. If y'all knew how long yesterday was, man. Woo! Man. No complaints, but it was one of them. It's been a week. I've had some great times, great events. I've been meeting some great people, but man, whew. So tonight is my last event. This is the last one for a minute. Shout out, like I said, Atlanta. I miss Atlanta so much. Trafina says, lean into your type. I keep hearing that at casting director workshops. You keep hearing it because it's the truth. They ain't lying to you. They telling you flat out. Sound like Willie Moe Jr., don't I? Flat out. Willie Moe. All right, you guys. Have an amazing night. Again, tomorrow morning, I'm going to talk about, because I'm talking to my second-tier actors, I'm going to talk about acting full-time and what that actually looks like, and talk about some money And then I'm gonna go to the spa. So I'll do that early because, honey, when I come back from that spa, I'll be asleep. I'm gonna be asleep. All right, guys, I love spending time with you as always. I want you to celebrate yourself. You know, a lot of times, my clients know this whenever we start a Q&A call, or even one of my private sessions, I always start with celebrations. Thank you. I will have a blast at the spa. I love to start with celebration. So as you wind down this Friday night, I want you to acknowledge how far you have come. I know, just like me, you have dreams, you have visions and goals, but you have come so far. You have come so far. We have to be kind to ourselves. We see the news. We see how people decide that life is no longer worth living. And it is imperative that you stop, literally smell the roses, literally say, you know what, Christine, you have been killing it. You know what, Nadine, you have been doing an amazing job. Ernest, you've been killing it. You've been studying. You've been practicing. Tarnisha, like, I speak to myself in that they're like, Christine, you have killed it. You've come so far in the past 5 years. You've come so far in the past 6 months. This is a journey, guys. This is not a sprint. Do not be fooled by Instagram, Facebook, select things that people decide to share. Not even me, okay? Run your race, stay in your lane, live your life, set your own goals, your own levels of success. But I urge you to find the celebrations along the way. I tell my clients, you can celebrate anything. You don't have to do it acting. Like, what do we celebrate? What can we celebrate for you today? And you'll be surprised, if you've been on the phone with me, a lot of times people have a hard time with that. I don't know. Nothing really happened this week. Honey, you breathing. Sometimes my celebration for that day is I'm still married because he tried to test me this week. I'm still married, God. Thank you. Like, we have to celebrate because because I promise you, and anybody who's reached any level of success will tell you, once they get to that place that they thought was the spot, they're only going to want more. So that spot is going to seem irrelevant. And you fall into a trap of never feeling like you did enough, never feeling good enough. But when I take the time to say, I killed it this week, man. I had 5 auditions. I did this, and this, and I did that, and I survived, and I'm here, still with energy, still showing up. You did that, girl. And that's why I'm treating myself to the spot tomorrow. Celebrating myself. So celebrate yourself. You are worthy. You are loved. You are worthy. You are loved. You have a gift that the world needs to see. But you first have to see that gift and know that you are the gift. Have an amazing night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what time, but you'll get a heads up like I did today.